wrapped all of my physical TBR. I'm kind of worried about this one. Oh my god, okay. This is good. It's a hardback. It reminds me of Knives Out. Oh no. Okay. I was right. Everyone has been raving about this. Hello friends, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylin and I hope you are doing so lovely. Is this a Grinch mug? And am I drinking out of it in the middle of October? Yeah, I am. But you know what? I'm ready for the holiday season. I'm ready for Christmas. So, cheers. As you can see from the title, this is my November TBR. I'm doing my TBR in a different way, and basically it's not that much different from what I usually do. Usually I pull a slip out of a jar and it's the book title and I have to find it on my shelf. That's basically what I do, but I put a little spin on it. I wrapped all of my physical TBR. I'm sure you can see. It looks a little funny, but you know, we're embracing the holiday season, so that's what I did. And I'm not going to explain too much of it because I did film myself doing this whole process. So I'm going to let Past Kaylin take it away, and I will see you guys when Past Kaylin is done. So, Past Kaylin, on to you. Hi guys, I'm coming to you from my floor of my library/office. So today is essentially going to be a different kind of TBR video, as future Kaylin told you guys. This is Past Kaylin speaking. So I had this idea come to me when I was trying to brainstorm how to do my TBRs, because I've done the pull the name out of the jar, I've done the let me just like give you a list of what I'm reading. Both, you know, don't really do so hot, which is fine, doesn't bother me, but I was like, what are people gonna watch? So I was thinking, I wish there was some way I could pick a book and not know what it is, right? And then I was thinking, holiday season's coming up, wrapping paper. I said, why don't I gather all of my physical TBR and wrap them, and I can pull them out of like a big bin when I do my TBR video. And that is what I'm gonna do today. This portion of the video, I'm going to be getting all of my physical TBR, except for a couple, because a couple are involved in planned reading vlogs, so those are staying on the shelf, but everything else I'm going to take off and I'm going to wrap. So let's take them off the shelf, cue the time lapse, and I will come back when they're all off the shelf.
If spring is the season that wakes me alive, and fall is the season to contemplate life, oh yeah.
Okay, I have 24 books on my physical TBR. That's not bad. I went from having over 100 at the start of this year to only 24. That's good. So now we're going to wrap them. Hopefully I don't run out of wrapping paper. If I'll do, I'll have to continue this segment. I don't know. Later. But how this is going to go is, if I get any books, I'm just going to wrap them. I'm just going to wrap them. Kind of excited, so I'm going to pop in an audiobook, and I'm going to start the time lapse, and we're going to get to wrapping. Fun fact, I hate wrapping more than anything in the world. So why am I doing this? I don't know, but this is also a way for me to listen to my audiobook and get that book finished. Let's get to wrapping.
Life, oh yeah. I don't know what is it exactly in this time of year that makes the melancholy me reappear, oh yeah. Back and forth through dark roast coffee, salt mist and sea, sand and amber trees. 'Cause it still feels like summer, but it's soaked in nostalgia slowly. All the leaves, they're turning brown. 'Cause it still feels like summer, and I simply don't wanna see the cool wind sneak back in.
One stack is down. You see that? I only have 2 stacks left. So I'm gonna go wrap these up, and I will come back when I'm finished. The books are all wrapped. Instead of just pulling the wrapped book out of like a basket, I thought I will shelf them, and as I shelf on a piece of paper, I will write shelf 1, book 4. So it'll be like the first shelf and 4 books in. I'll show you guys as I do it, but that's what I'm thinking, because then I could pull those pieces of papers out of a jar and make it fun. I will say I have no recollection of which book is which. So in videos, if you guys see wrapped books on my shelf, this video is why. So let's go do that, and I'll take you guys along with me. I took all my physical TBR, I wrapped them up because holiday season, it's one of my favorite times of year. I love Christmas so much. I'm a Christmas girl. Like, if I could, I would decorate for Christmas November 1st. I'm being dead serious. I love Christmas a lot. So I wanted to do this. I wanted to come up with some sort of like Christmas game board that I could do for my TBR, but I couldn't think of anything. This was what I came up with. It's not really creative. I'm aware of that. I'm sure someone else has done this, but you know, it's fun. It's fun to unwrap gifts. Basically, I'm going to pick 5 slips from this jar. We're going to unwrap them together, see what we get. I'm really hoping to get Babel. Really hoping, because I want to read that book. But I will show you other books I have planned on my TBR, because I do have some vlogs planned with these books. So there are other books besides the books I'm going to be unwrapping on my TBR. But I'm going to show you those first, because those aren't the fun ones. I mean, they're fun, but not like fun as I'm unwrapping them fun. You get what I'm saying? So let me grab those and I'll be right back. Okay, the first book on my TBR is Carrie Soto by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. She's one of my favorite authors. I've loved every single one of her books, and this coming month I'm going to be doing a video on her books, not saying what it is. So, which I know we follow Carrie, who is a ex-tennis player. She was the best of the game, and she's retired, and 6 years after being retired, she goes to the US Open. Her record is being taken by a younger tennis player, so she comes out of retirement and is training to take back her record. And I'm excited. I haven't really heard much people talk about Carrie Soto, which is odd, because whenever Taylor Jenkins Reid releases a book, it's like everyone talks about it. Like, I remember Malibu Rising, everyone was talking about it. So kind of worried about this one, but I'm also excited. The next book on my TBR is After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Again, this is for the video. I know nothing about this one. I know a lot of people have love for this one though. I know a lot of people have cried really hard with this one, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for a cry. I need a good cry. And in this one, we follow a couple named Lauren and Ryan, and their marriage is kind of falling apart. So they decide to take a year off from marriage to kind of do their own thing. We follow Lauren on this journey, and she kind of is coming to terms with it, figuring out what love is and what love means to her, and I am ready for it. Okay, so those are all the books that I'm going to be reading for a planned vlog, so let's just get into drawing, because I am really excited and also nervous, because I don't really want, like, I don't know. First slip, we have Shelf 8, Book 20. So Book 20. Should I unwrap them as we go? Yeah, let's unwrap them as we go. I'm really nervous to see what this one is, because it's a paperback, which I think is my romance books that I have. When you guys unwrap gifts, are you like take time? I usually, oh my god, okay, this is good. This is good. I am okay with this. This is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. This is a thriller I'm going to read the back of this because I don't know what this is about. Enter the players. There were 7 of us then, 7 bright young things with wide, precious futures ahead of us until that year. We saw no farther than the books in front of our faces. On the day Oliver Marks is released from jail, the man who put him there is waiting at the door. Detective Colborne wants to know the truth after 10 years. Oliver is finally ready to tell it. A decade ago, Oliver is one of the young 7 Shakespearean actors at Delcourt Classic Conservatory, a place keen ambition and fierce competition. In this secluded world of firelight and leather-bound books, Oliver and his friends play the same roles on stage and off. Hero, villain, tyrant, temptress, and an extra. But in their 4th and final year, good-natured rivalries turn ugly, and an opening night, real violence invades the students' world of make-believe. In the morning, the 4th years find themselves facing their own tragedy and their greatest acting challenge yet, convincing the police, each of them and themselves, that they are innocent. Very excited. I love this cover. Okay, next slip. I really want Babel. Shelf 10, Book 8. The only book on that shelf that's wrapped. It's a hardback. Ooh, okay. Another thriller. I'm happy about this one. This is The Family Game by Catherine Steadman. This reminds me of Knives Out. Is that movie where the rich family has a dinner and they have to like solve the murder or something? It's something along that line. I know it's exactly not that, but this is basically if Knives Out was a book, this would be it, is what I've heard. I know in this book we follow Harriet, who is newly engaged to Edward, and Harriet is a up-and-coming novelist. Edward comes from a very rich, powerful family, and when they go over one night, Edward's dad hands Harriet a tape, and he said, "This is the book I'm working on, I want you to listen to it." So when she presses play, it's very clear it's not a tape, it's a confession to a crime, and very, well, I love thrillers. Thrillers are probably my favorite genre. Okay. Shelf 9, Book 6. Oh no, I don't want to read this. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Listen, I read this book when it first came out years and years and years ago. Could not tell you what it's about. I honestly don't remember anything about this book. Like, that was a very long time ago. I've been putting this series off for the longest time, mainly because I haven't really been in the mood to read a long fantasy series, but also I know they're doing a cover change for this series, and I didn't want to get into it and my, covers not match, so I guess I'm going to have to buy the old covers now that I'm going to be reading this month. I know in this book we follow an assassin named Selena, right? Or Celine. That's all I know. I'll read the back because I should know what this is about, but I don't. It says, Two men love her, the whole land fears her, only she can save them all. Dun dun dun. In a world without magic, an assassin is summoned to the castle. She comes not to kill the vicious king who rules from his throne of glass, but to win her freedom. If she defeats 23 killers, thieves, warriors, in a competition, she will be released from prison to serve as the king's champion. Her name is Selena Sardothian. The crown prince will provoke her, the captain of the guard will protect her, and a princess from a far-away land will befriend her. But something evil dwells in the castle, and it's there to kill. When her competitors start dying one by one, Selena's fight for freedom becomes a fight for survival, and a desperate quest to root out the evil before it destroys her world. Yeah, that does sound really good. I'm just not in the mood for a fantasy, but we're going to read it in November because I picked it. And if I don't read it, I'll rewrap it. Shelf 6, Book 17. Okay, here we are, Book 17. Okay. The Stolen Hours by Alan Eskins. I'm not going to read the synopsis because this is a thriller, and with my thrillers, I love to go in blind. So if you want to know what this is about, I will link the book down below. But I actually recently just got this. I saw this on the shelf at Barnes & Noble, and it had like a little card from like the employee telling like what this is about. It had a little blurb from an employee, so usually they're pretty good. Like the employees really know, so picked it up. One more. Right? Yeah. One more. Shelf 5, Book 12. I have a feeling what this might be, and if it's what I think it is, I will be okay, because I actually really want to read this, but if I think this is what it is. I was right. Only reason why I know that this book was the book it was is because it is the only short hardback I wrapped, so that's why I know it is. But you saw me. I drew it fair and square. I didn't cheat. I wanted to cheat on one of them, but I didn't. And that is Belladonna by Alan Grace. Everyone has been raving about this book, saying how good it is, how unexpected 5 stars this book is. So I'm very excited, and I know death is a character in this book, and I know we follow Signa, who's been tossed around by foster homes, and every single time she goes in a foster home, the foster parents die, and she's trying to figure out why that is, what happened. So heard great things. So very excited. This was a very good last pick. So okay, you guys, those are the books I picked for November. I'm actually really excited about them. There's only one that I'm like, I don't want to read, but we're gonna read it, you know, push through. And if I don't read it, I'll rewrap it and we'll be forced to read it another month. You know, that's just how it's gonna go. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it was a little different from a TBR, but I actually had a lot of fun. This is a really fun way of doing a physical TBR and picking a blind book. Even if you don't like make videos or anything, this would be fun just to do for your own physical TBR. Wrap some books and pick one. So, or if you're a mood reader, I am a mood reader sometimes. It kind of just depends on my mood. You could maybe do like one wrapped book you pick and then the rest you mood read. You know, just have fun with it. I think this is a really great idea. I had so much fun, as you guys saw. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribed. I would love to have you here. If you don't already, follow me on my social medias. They are always linked down below. And check the description. I have all the links for the books and some other stuff down below. And I'll catch you guys in my next video.